All right, we are live again, and let's see if. Oh, come on, Droid Cam. Man, okay, this is disappointing. I think I've used this before, and I guess it just crashes as soon as I go live. That's wild. Yeah, I went in and changed a bunch of settings, thought I was going to get this thing working right, but wow, it's still working on the phone, just crashed the stream. Ugh, kind of wild. All right, well, we will do what we have to do then. Go ahead and just grow this one here. I'm gonna leave it like that and see if the other one ever comes back. Oh no, it's completely error opening camera. Oh, there it goes. Wonder how long it'll stay good. We'll find out. Looks like not at all. All right, well, we are just going face cam on this one. And sorry to anyone who hopped on the first one when I went live early, then had to kill that stream because I was trying to fix my camera app, but wasn't meant to be. So we're gonna have to do face cam only on this, but we've got this kick-ass collector box of March of the Machine. I've been kind of wanting to open a collector box for a while. I think the last one I opened was Commander Legends, not the second one. Yeah, the first. I think Commander Legends first one might be the last collector box I opened. So it's been a while. I really have no idea what's valuable in this set. I haven't even looked at a price guide. Pull one up real quick here. And I'm so professionally prepared for this stream that I have no idea how to, well, not no idea how. I know how to share my screen on here, but I didn't actually set anything up for that. So no intention of doing that. Just going to go ahead and go to, let's see, is it Donglair, the visual spoiler? I think that's it, right? Yeah, Donglair visual spoiler. And see if it's got March of the Machine on it. This is way easier than looking through. Oh, okay, cool. It's got March of the Machine variants separately. Interesting. Yeah, this is way easier than looking through an alphabetical list. Go ahead and open. What the hell? Oh, I just accidentally hit. Yep, accidentally hit an ad. I've been baited. All right, here we go. Jin-Gitaxias, borderless, or I don't know what to call any of these things anymore. That is $34. Elesh Norn $23. Random Realmbreaker $21. Elesh Norn like black and white borderless style $20. Random Realmbreaker regular 18. And then Invasion of Ikoria. Sword of Once in Future. Oh, I didn't realize we got the Dimir sword in this set. That's cool. Alright, when you deal combat damage to a player, Surveil 2, then Snapcaster a 2-drop for free. That's sweet. Alright, cool. And Urabrask, both versions of Urabrask sitting right at 18. Well, that's pretty sweet. So there's a bunch of cool stuff in this set. Looks like, man, there's a lot of cards over $10. I mean, I guess they're all mostly like variants of the same card. So all the Thalia and the Gitrog monsters are $10 now. Looks like the Praetors are all mostly $10 and over. Vorinclex sitting at 10. $9 for the. Oh, that's weird. People like the regular Vorinclex more than this kind of sweet black and white borderless one. I don't know. There's so many art treatments now. It's hard to tell what's going to be popular and what's not. Tribute to the World Tree has some interesting art. $6. Oh, if you click on it, it takes you to TCG Player. Not where I want to go. Huh. Alright. I do kind of like City on Fire. I mean, it's kind of silly, but I like it. Dictated the Twin Gods, who's got 5 mana lying around? But I do like the flash on there. Itali's, like, weird. What is this? Golden Disc Itali Primary, or Primal Conqueror. Not a fan. I don't like that art treatment at all. Alright, well, interesting stuff in this set. Let's see what happens when we crack a collector box. Hey! Thanks for joining. So, yeah, we're going to see what we can get going with this sweet, sweet collector box. Let's go ahead and crack it now. And thanks to anyone who has joined. Again, sorry for the face cam only setup. We were trying to use an app on my phone I've used before, but it just does not want to actually stream today. So let's see what we got here. Using my ridiculous nail I need to cut. Let's get this open. And see what we got. The finest in the multiverse. These Phyrexian fighting boosters come out swinging. Well, let's go ahead and get the display nature of the box going there. We can tuck in these tabs on the side just for aesthetics. I see they make them so they don't actually fold in nicely. That's great design, Wizards. Great design. Alright, well, my attempt at making a retail display, I'm going to try not to actually damage my cards. There we go. Alright. Where should we go first, left or right? Any opinion? Thinking going once, going twice. I have no idea how much lag there is here, so I don't really know how long to give you. Let me think here. Let's randomize this in some way, unless I see an input in the next, like, 10 seconds. Do I even have a coin? Haha. I have an adapter for a SD card sitting here. That's got a convenient heads and tails. Oh, left it is. Okay. All right. Got that in right under the wire there. Appreciate you. All right. We're going to go left. I'm going to go with the backpack from the left. And let's see what we get. Let's see. Can I? Nah, I don't think angling this is really going to help with the presentation angle here. Can I get the box visible? I don't need the phone here now. There you go. All right, cool. Got the box and the first pack. So it looks like we pretty much want Praetors or a sword. That's where most of the money is in here. Okay. These packs are a little more firmly sealed than I expected. Used to doing my nice gentle open here. It's not having it. Wow. It's like Fort Knox. This actually is like a MetaZoo pack. MetaZoo packs are super thick. Alright, cool. So, we got a double-sided Vampire Warrior token. Very nice. Should be a special one for Brian there. Let's look at colorless vampire. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what color token this is. Is this white? I guess it's white. That's, I don't know if Brian's deck can use that or not. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you like the setup here. This is the, what do you call it, War of the Spark sheet. A bunch of people got. Alright. I'm going to kind of skim through the comments here because who cares? I haven't seen most of them, but I'm going to look at those later. Gift of Completion, our first uncommon. Actually kind of a decent card. Whenever Phyrexian you control dies, Surveil 1, kind of lame, but it makes, I mean, it's a 2-drop that makes an Incubate 3. This would be great and limited. I would play the hell out of this. I'm sure there's some sort of Phyrexian tribal deck that you can make now that's decent, and cards like this are, you know, we finally have payoffs for the type. Oh, that is a sweet looking forest. That is pretty nice. Who did this art? Henry Peters. Not familiar with your work, Henry Peters, but I like this one a lot. Got a Skyclave Aerialist, and our first rare is a Rona, Herald of Invasion. Okay. Whenever I cast a legendary spell on tap, draw a card, discard a card, 5 and a Phyrexian black, transform into this thing that's like a souped up 5/5 trample Hypnotic Spectre. Oh no, it's even better. It's like the damn. What's the Eldrazi that like rips lands out of your opponent's hand or deck and puts them into play under your control? This does that. Pretty sweet. All right. Now this is what I was cracking up at because they were brave enough to reprint the oh, what the hell did they call this? The Invocations or whatever frame, but not to use the font that everyone hated. Like, you Wizards, you cowards. But in this case, I do kind of support their cowardice, except that this font looks so terrible on this frame. I kind of understand why they didn't do it in the first place. But really, this is just a reason that they shouldn't have made, I think they were called Invocations, the way they did in the first place. But I mean, I don't think this is really a solution for it. This is kind of funny. But Jeru and Hazaret are first Amonkhet frame rare. Then we got Path of the Pyromancer. Kind of looks a little boring there. Discard all the cards in your hand. Add a bunch of red mana, then draw that many cards +1. Never mind. I kind of love this card, but it's 5 mana. Ugh. And then you do a vote. And what the hell is Chaos Ensues? What the hell does that mean? Starting with you, each player votes for Planeswalk or Chaos. If Planeswalk gets more votes, Planeswalk. If Chaos gets more votes or the vote is tied, Chaos Ensues. Oh, it's like a plane shift thing? Yeah, I'm guessing that's a plane shift thing. That kind of tripped me out, though. Renata Call to the Hunt. This is just a straight reprint from Theros Beyond. Thanks, Jason. I'm looking forward to getting that sword, too. I bet it's in here. I think this is just like a straight reprint with new art from Theros Beyond Death. Fine, I guess. Goes in the uncommon pile. Rada Coalition Warlord. Also a reprint, I want to say. Buffs a creature when it attacks. Kind of a boring card. Not too into it. But Hidetsugu and Kairi in the sweet frame. And oh, here's the payoff in the pack. We got this badass. This is like the Theros frame, I think. But Thalia's from Innistrad, so I forget what this is. Someone tell me what this frame is for. But anyway, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, foil in this beautiful old frame. Definitely a sweet payoff from this first pack. I've been trying to get a playset of Thalia forever, but I've never, because I just hope one day I'll get around to playing Death and Taxes. And so I think this is maybe my 4th Thalia. It's definitely at least my 3rd, and they're all different printings, so it's not like a playset. But I'll get there eventually, and maybe I'll finally put one into a deck. This one's gorgeous. Hidetsugu and Kairi. What does this card do? 5 mana Dimir, 5/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from hand on top of library in any order. When it dies, exile the top card of the library. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery, you cast it without paying its mana cost. Alright. So it ETBs and brainstorms, and then it dies, and then flips a card, drains them for it, and you cast it for free. This card's insane. Kind of silly to set up, but definitely a big payoff. I like it. Alright, well, Thalia was the hit in that pack. Really happy with the Thalia. I have no idea what a Thalia is worth. Let's go find that out real quick. Open up TCG Player, I guess. TCG Player. There we go. Click on the add link, make them pay for it. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. It's going to be worth like 50 cents. When I said it's the hit in the pack, I mean it's the one that provoked the strong emotional reaction for me, not necessarily put money back in my pocket. Okay, TCG Player, really struggling here. I think I'm beginning to get an idea of why my streaming software wasn't working right. Alright, yes, we are sitting at a solid 34 cents for the non-foil. And I'm betting the foil might hit $1. Looks like the most expensive version of Thalia is about $7. Yeah, they have printed this card into the ground. So let's see, add a foil. Oh, not quite $1, 82 cents. Okay, well, like I said, it's the one that provoked that strong emotional reaction, and that's why we're opening this box. Definitely not for the singles value. We're going to go for the front pack from the left now. And thanks to anyone who's just tuning in. Sorry for the weird camera situation. Streaming software didn't want to work out, so this is what we get. But we're going to work with it. We're going to crack this box of March of the Machine collectors. Oops. Try not to drop the cards everywhere and see what we get. First pack, kind of a bust financially, I think. Someone tell me if there's a money card in there I missed. I'm not looking up Jeru and Hazaret because it's just too ugly to bother with. Alright, we got an Ichor Drinker in the first common slot. Saiba Cryptomancer coming in hot, and a Rugged Highlands, and a Tarkir Dune Shaper. And we're skipping right through the commons there. We got a Wicked Slumber as the first uncommon. Oh, here you go. A Battle. That's what I'm talking about. Invasion of Kamigawa. When it enters the battlefield, tap target artifact or creature and opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, and then it flips into a 2/3 flyer with a Thieving Magpie effect. Alright, I'll take it. Gorgeous. I think I am going to build a new common uncommon cube with all these uncommon battles and stuff in it because they are just really neat. Wow. Archangel Elspeth the Planeswalker. Foil looking pretty sweet. I have a feeling this card's not worth much, but it's a sweet upgrade on the original Elspeth Planeswalker card. I'm really happy with that. Here's that ridiculous looking Etali I was talking about. What is this? It's like a medallion that flips. So Etali was from Ikoria? Is that right? I'm not sure what I don't remember this frame treatment from Ikoria. I thought the special frame treatment in Ikoria was just like the things that reminded me of Calvin and Hobbes dinosaur backgrounds, like kind of ridiculous, brightly colored stuff. This is a wild card in limited, and it's probably fine in EDH, but I don't know if I'll be playing with it anytime soon. A Pain Distributor. Okay, now that's tempting. 3 mana, 2/3 Menace, Devil Citizen. When a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a treasure token. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, he deals 1 damage to that player. That card's kind of hilarious. So he just punishes treasure players already, even though he comes down a turn after Dockside, so it's kind of silly. But yeah, giving you treasures very slowly is not a good payoff. So I'm disappointed right off the bat with the curling on the foils here, because the ones that I popped from my pre-release packs, they did not curl at all. But these are already a little bit curled out of the pack, but not as bad as like Commander Legends or anything. All right, well, the rest of this looks kind of interesting. We got a couple of uncommon legends, nothing special there. Brimaz, Blight of Oreskos. This is a Phyrexian cat. So poor Brimaz, been Phyrexianized, now he's Orzhov. Whenever you cast a Phyrexian creature or artifact creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. At the beginning of each end step, if Phyrexian died under your control this turn, proliferate. Wow. So you cast Phyrexians, you get tokens with counters on them, and then when any of your creatures die, all your other ones get bigger. This is pretty sweet. Yeah, no kidding, Jason. It's intense. Alright, Umori the Collector in some sort of weird, like, wavy texture looking foil. This is wild. That's right, this is the Green-Black Companion. I did not play much Ikoria, so I always forget about the companions. Each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type, and then you get to cast those spells cheaper. But this is just a wild looking card. Look at that wave in the foil. From afar, it looks like it should be like a textured foil, but it's not. It's just, that's a really beautiful effect they put in the art there. I wish it was a card I was more interested in. Like, I just built a green-black deck, and I don't think there's any chance this card's going in it. But I am glad to have something that pretty to look at. So let's go for the third pack here. And thanks for sticking with me. One nice thing about not having to use the phone is I don't have to chase the phone battery. So we can enjoy ourselves here. Alright, third pack. Let's get this double-sided Phyrexian Incubator token off the back. That is excellent. So yeah, it's sweet now that tokens can be double-sided because they made this thing. Like, I don't know when I'll get to use the fact that I can clone. You can use like quasi-duplicate to clone. I don't know what the best thing you can clone that isn't legendary already is actually, but you can, like, the flip Jaces and stuff don't really work if you can only copy ones that you already control. But I think there's interesting potential there for being able to transform tokens. So Bladed Battlefan, Hanger Scrounger, Angelic Intervention, Ichor-Shade, Kithkin Billy Rider. All commons we're going to skip through. Scornblade Berserker. Herbology Instructor. Treefolk Druid. Transforms into a Phyrexian Treefolk that kills things when it flips. Sweet. Yeah, Jason, I think there's a lot of really badass art in this set. This is nice. Now, yeah, check out this Phyrexian Swamp. This is dope. I like that a lot. Who did that? That's Julian Kok-Jun-Wen. That is pretty sweet. Alright, we got a rare battle here. Invasion of Ixalan. Okay, so this one lets you get a card out of the top 5 in your library, a permanent card, and then it flips into a 4/3 dinosaur with trample that gets indestructible easily. The battles are gorgeous. I love the panoramic art they commissioned for these. I'm generally not a huge fan of cards that you have to like turn sideways to read, or that are hard. Yeah, I think it's really easy to reveal by accident that you have these in your hand, especially in limited. If you don't know like what all the cards in your deck do, and you're trying to turn cards sideways, it's always been a problem when they print cards like that. But I think the battles are worth it because they're just gorgeous. Kroxa and Kunaros in the Theros Beyond Death frame. It's an interesting card. I agree with the people who were disappointed that Kroxa wasn't paired with Uro on a card. Maybe the Dual Titan card would have been, too powerful or something, or they would have felt the need to make it a story spotlight when it shouldn't really be. Those are decent reasons not to do it, I guess, but I still think it would have been cool. Got a Flock Chaser Phantom, gives your spells convoke, kind of lame. We got 2 consecutive Furia Judge of Valors in different frame treatments. I'm not real sure how I feel about Wizards doing this kind of stuff. It's just the idea that you can get 2 of the same card consecutively in the pack has always messed with me a little bit. We got Guardian of Ghirapur and Goreclaw, Terror of Kal Sisma. Definitely not hits here, unfortunately. All right. Let's see what's going on. I got my Facebook Messenger still on. I'm getting blown up. All right. Let's get back to the stream here. Let's go for our next pack. Should we stay on the left or go to the right for the next one here? I think we have been just having miss on the left. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for one from the right. Let's see how we're looking on that side. You could really use a Praetor here, or a Sword, maybe both. No reason I can't get them both in the same pack. Let's have a real winner here. We're also looking for serialized cards, so not for nothing. There's like, I don't know, 15,000 cards in the set or something like that that are uniquely printed with a serial number, and they're worth way more than the regular versions. So definitely hoping to get a serialized card in here. It really doesn't even matter what it is. It'll be worth a lot more than the regular, but some of them are worth a ton. Get like a good number, like 1 or 69, or there's a lot of good options. They're all out of 500. Okay, skipping the commons. All right, so we got Change the Equation, and then an uncommon battle, Invasion of Moog. All right, this puts +1/+1 counters on your stuff when it comes into play, and then flips into a creature with ward that puts more counters on your stuff. Kind of a boring card, but good for limited. Nice looking Phyrexian Island. That is gorgeous. Man, I don't even know what lands to use anymore. Every single set they come out with has these gorgeous full art lands now, and like I have, I don't know, 10 decks built at least, but there's just not enough. I couldn't build enough decks to use all the lands that I want. All right, I think the rest of this pack is not too spicy, unfortunately. We got Invasion of Karsus, a rare battle. It's like a Pyroclasm or Anger of the Gods. Yeah, it's an Anger of the Gods basically when it ETBs, and then it flips into a 4/4 that deals 2 damage to each opponent when you cast spells. I love this card. I want to find a reason to use that right away. Ancient Imperiosaur, just a borderless. I don't think this card's going to make too many waves. It gets bigger when creatures convoke it. That's nice. Put the rare battles in the uncommon pile. Let me fix that. Interdisciplinary Mascot, Elemental Fractal. Okay. When he ETBs, you basically do an impulse. That's cool. Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart and Yargle for the uncommon Multiverse Legends. Voldaren Thrillseeker. Okay, it's kind of a weird, lame little card, but fine, we'll take it. And then we got this sweet looking Yorion. Wow, this is gorgeous, Jason. You'll like this one too. So this is another one of those companions from Ikoria, reprinted in a gorgeous foiling one. So gorgeous frame style, absolutely beautiful foiling. This is, I'm not sure if I like this more or less than the other one we saw, the Umori. I will say this one is warped a lot less. Umori's got a real bad warp. Can you see that? I don't know if you can actually see that. This Umori is really warped. And this Yorion is not at all. Not to mention Yorion actually like gets play. So that's cool. Well, got play, I guess. Still it got banned in some format. Did it get banned in Modern or Standard? think he outbanded standard. But I think you can still play Yorion Pile in Modern. I could be wrong. I don't play any of those formats. I don't know. I play Modern once in a while, but just fish. Alright, double-sided Thopter Treasure token. That's actually pretty sweet. I can think of a lot of decks that play like Thopter Squadron and definitely need treasure tokens too. So I like that. Let's skip the commons. We got a Phyrexian Gargantua. Gotta love a good reprint and a nice foil. Xerox Strobe Knight, or Xerex Strobe Knight. I was like, Xerox? What? This is a weird little white-blue human knight card that really looks like it ought to be Phyrexianized, but it's not? That's kind of wacky. Huh. I don't know. That guy looks like he's already been Phyrexianized, but according to the mechanics and the flavor text, somehow his realm was basically safe from the Phyrexians. Alright, we got that sweet Henry Peters Forest again. Alright, Tribute to the World Tree. This one's like $6 in the non-foil, I think, but this artwork just kind of trips me out. What do you think of that one? But that's probably the biggest hit we've had so far that I know is a hit anyway. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. That is sweet. I hadn't even read it before, but I run Garrick's something or other right now that does largely, pardon me, does largely the same thing, but only triggers on creatures with power 4 or greater, I think. It doesn't do anything if they're smaller. And this one costs less mana too, or no, same amount of mana, but it all has to be green. That's a pretty good trade-off in my mind. Alright, well, I'm going to take the shine right off this one. We got another of these sweet-looking Umoris, but it feels a lot less special than the last one. Wait, the foiling is nowhere near as cool on this one. The other one had that sweet textured foiling, and this one does not. So I wasn't wrong. There was something special about that. That's my favorite card we've seen so far. Did I miss something? Is there a serial number on that or something? Nope. Just that badass foiling. Wow, that's gorgeous. You can really see in the side-by-side the difference between those two. It is night and day. Alright, I don't think there's anything else too cool in this pack. Let's see, we got a Yargle and Multani. Gotta love a good vanilla rare combo legend thing. We got this Bitterthorn, Nissa's Animus Living Weapon that just searches out basic lands from your deck. Nothing too exciting there. 2 uncommon Multiverse Legend reprints. Doomscar Warrior for our last rare. So yeah, definitely the Tribute to the World Tree is where it was at in that pack. I think the foil's probably coming in, well, it's like $6 for the non-foil. Honestly, the foil's probably worth less the way these things are nowadays, because they tend to have that bend, so maybe $5 on that one. Let's try not to hurt the cards. Yeah, this is like for real Fort Knox packaging. Alright, we got an Elemental Zombie token. Flipping it over, we got, oh, our first, like, not fancy basic land. Hooray. And uncommon Elspeth Smite, uncommon Invasion of Vryn. That sweet panoramic that flips into Overloaded Mage Ring. Oops. Got that, flips into that. And we got a Plains from Lucas Stanjak, or Stanyek. Another Deeproot Wayfinder. I think we've seen that one earlier. We got the Voldaren Thrillseeker again. We've seen this one. Path of the Animist. Well, not an exciting card at all, but we got one. We got a Tetsuo Umezawa Fugitive. It's just an uncommon legend, but I have always liked it, and I do like this frame treatment on this one. We got Inga Rune Eyes. And we got another foil Tribute to the World Tree, suggesting these may not be all that special, but that is convenient because I think I have 2 decks that will play this card, so I'll just put them both right in. Teysa Karlov. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. Creature tokens you control have Vigilance and Lifelink. Wow, I like this card, especially with stuff that dies to create tokens. though there's not as much of that in white black as in green. So maybe not as exciting as it could be, but still fine. Let's see what we got here. Oh, come on, Pack. Jeez, they did not skimp on the glue on these. Really trying not to hurt the cards. But some of these tokens are getting fucked on that front edge. I don't know if you can see that, but like that's just from me trying to open the pack. So I should be a little more gentle, but there's not serialized tokens or anything, thankfully. So our risk is relatively low there. All right, let's get these commons out of here. Nothing exciting in there. Sandstalker Moloch and Invasion of, does it say Mozzarella? No, Mercadia. Okay, Invasion of Mercadia. When the ETBs discard a card, draw 2 cards, it flips into Chiron Flamewright, which is, oh, okay, cool. It's like a spell shaper that makes those blue and red elementals that we saw earlier on that token. Neat. Very good limited card again. I really think maybe a cube based around the battles, and a common uncommon cube based around the battles is kind of where I want to be. Maybe it won't be common uncommon though. Maybe I'll just do, oh wow, okay, yeah, maybe I'll just do a cube based around battles in some way. We got Invasion of Arcavios here. I don't even know where that is. Okay, and it's like a wish that gets you a sorcery, and then it flips into an enchantment that copies all your spells. Okay, sign me up. I'm into that. We got another Tribute to the World Tree, non-foil this time, so definitely not feeling as special as I hoped with that card. A Mythic. We got Bright Palm, Soul Awakener from the Commander set. Jury, Master of the Review, and Furia, Judge of Valor for our uncommon Multiverse Legends. We got Rankle and Torbrand in this sweet frame treatment for one of our team-ups. This is the Theros frame treatment on this one, and probably the most exciting card we've seen in a while is the Invention Frame SRAM Senior Edificer. Again, this card's not going to be worth anything, unfortunately, but this is a great commander in this beautiful frame treatment. First time it's been printed like this. It is a little strange to me that they printed colored non-artifacts in this previously only artifact frame. The whole point of the frame was that it was the inventions from like the Bazaar on Kaladesh. And so they were all artifacts because they were all things that were created for that Bazaar, and so they reprinted a bunch of characters from that plane in the frame treatment now, and it's kind of weird, but they do look cool, so I'll take them. Alright, we got that token there. Let's get that out of here. Get these commons out of here. Phyrexian Censor. This is a good card. Each player can't cast more than one non-Phyrexian spell each turn, and non-Phyrexian creatures enter the battlefield tapped. This is definitely a card that I'm happy to see printed. I think, you know, another decent payoff for a Phyrexian deck, but that's probably just a decent card. Oh, it's a fantastic card in certain types of limited environments, but I think that's probably just a decent card in like a lot of cubes too. Invasion of Regatha turns into Disciples of the Inferno. Which is a nice card. Alright, I like this. Yeah, buffs my damage. Count me in. We've got a Grady Frederick Forest. Looks like it's from New Capenna. Very into this style. Knight Errant of Eos. Alright, cool. 5 mana dude flips 2 creatures into my hand when he comes into play. Got C double. The spell can't be copied. Oh, and it copies spells. That's cool. I like this. Darksteel Splicer. We have a Phyrexian that makes golems whenever other Phyrexians come into play and gives your golems indestructible. Nice little golem payoff. Inga Rune Eyes and Agar the Freezing Flame for our uncommon legends. Iara, Widow of the Realm, flips into Iara Furnace Queen. Interesting. So we got a red-black. Iara was like the Throne of Eldraine evil elf queen, I guess. Or not queen, but like, yeah, a noble of the Fae. And she's been Phyrexianized here. So she flips into a Phyrexian elf noble that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, return up to 1 target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield that gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. Kind of love this card. So the front, sacrifice another creature or artifact, deals X damage to target opponent or battle, and you gain X life, where X is the sacrificed permanent's mana value, and then it's 6 to transform her. This card's kind of interesting. Anafenza, Kintree Spirit, a nice reprint in... Oh, I'm blanking on what this frame is from. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, bolster 1. Oh, this is like Commander Legends frame? I think. Yeah, it's just like the etched Commander Legends frame. I'm not sure if that's where Anafenza was from originally. Alright, well, we are dying on value in this box so far. This is bad. Really, really bad. I don't think we've gotten anything over maybe $5 so far. We really need some hits. Got to see a Praetor in here somewhere, but you know, I really, really want to hold out for a good serialized card. I feel like maybe there's something hiding in one of these last 4 packs here, counting this one I'm opening, that's just gonna knock us flat with a good serialized hit. Let's get this token out of here. Let's get these commons out of here. Storm the Seed Core. We got a Mutagen Connoisseur uncommons. Look at this gorgeous mountain by George Jacinto or Jorge Jacinto. That is sweet. Glissa, Herald of Predation. Man, they just keep making Glissa versions, and I am here for it. Looks cool every time. This, at the beginning of combat on your turn, incubate 2 twice, transform all incubators you control or Phyrexians you control, gain first strike and death touch until end of turn. Glissa always coming through. This is probably the weakest Glissa that I've seen ever, and I still just absolutely love it. Alright, we got more of that sweet invention frame on colored creatures with Baral and Kari Zev. I don't think anything too special there. First Strike Menace. Lets you cast spells for free or make Ragavan tokens that aren't as good as the real thing. A little Death Greeter's Champion, Dashy Double Striker, gotta love it. Finn the Fangbearer in a sweet frame treatment. And Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, that's that Commander Legends frame treatment again. Finn the Fangbearer, this is a cool card. I think this is a very nice printing of it. Friend Nate's got a Finn deck. Some of you might know Nate. Alright, okay, we got a couple of spicy hits at the back here. Another copy of Glissa. It's that weak shitty Glissa again, but a very nice printing of it. And then we got a sweet foiling of another companion, Jegantha the Wellspring. So this is like the Umori and Yorion that we had earlier. These are all part of that companion cycle. This one's not the badass foiling of that first Umori, though. Alright, so 3 packs left. Let's see some serialization here. Or how about a sword? Maybe some Praetor action. Let's get something going. Try not to fuck up the front card on the pack. There we go. That opened a little easier. Get that token out of here. And these commons. Then we got an Omen Hawker. Hawking them omens. Invasion of Eldraine. Poor Eldraine. When ETBs, target opponent discards 2 cards, so you get a Mind Rot, flips into a 2/2 flyer at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's a Mind Rot that flips into like the rack. Deals 2 damage to them if they have 2 or fewer cards in hand, so not quite the rack, but pretty sweet. I like it. And then came with, looks like, I'm guessing an Innistrad Swamp. Could be Eldraine, but it looks pretty Innistrad to me. Hoarding Broodlord. This is a dragon with Convoke. Oh, cool. That lets you exile a card when ETBs and gives that card Convoke and all other spells you cast from exile. Costs 1,000,000 mana, though. Never going to play it. Bloodfeather Phoenix. Yeah, I'll read this card later. The odds I'm going to play it are pretty low. Ichor Elixir. I love this art. I think I hate this card. 4 mana, taps for 2. If you would roll 1 or more planar dice, instead roll that many planar dice plus 1 and ignore 1. Yeah, art awesome, card garbage. Quendi Pride, Ephemeref, and Wrath. Looking great in their stained glass frames, but just some uncommon legends. Dusk Legion Duelist. Okay, this guy draws cards when you put +1/+1 counters on him. I like it. And a sweet looking foil Yarok in that etched frame. Alright, 2 packs left. Where is the sauce? You know what? Let's put that one back real quick. Gotta take a vote. Left or right? Which one are we going to go for? We got 1 pack left on each side. And our chances are getting slim here. Really need some good mojo in one of these packs. Any opinion? Left or right? Left or right? Drum roll says we're going to switch it up and go left. Alright. Appreciate that. We are of one mind. Left it is. Let's see what we get. Well, we get a nice Knight Soldier token. We get a bunch of commons. We get a Lithomantic Barrage and a Rampaging Geoderm for some uncommons. Another one of these sweet Phyrexian Islands. I do love that. And where is this from, I wonder? Not a clue. But it looks nice. Dusk Legion Duelist again. That's the guy that draws cards when we put counters on him. We got a Hoarding Brood Lord. It's a Convoke Dragon again. And then we got the Orthian Hero of Lavabrink. Where is this guy from? I don't know what the hell this is. Lavabrink. There's monsters there, but he doesn't really look Icorian. Makes copies of tokens. Pretty sweet. Okay, we got Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty in a the Amonkhet Invocation frame. Gives your spells Cascade. Oh, and Dina Soul Steeper. I do love this legend. Again, it's just an uncommon legend. Not worth anything, but that's a sweet card. I might have to build a deck around her sometime soon. Now, Begin the Invasion looks pretty sweet. Oh, this is the big battle payoff. Okay, yeah, 5-color sorcery, X in one of each color. Search your library for up to X battle cards with different names, put them on the battlefield, then shuffle. This card is sweet. I don't know exactly how you're going to trigger all those battles at once, but just being able to like get them all out is pretty sweet, and they all have good ETBs. This is an absolutely gorgeous Hirobi Death's Wail. I wonder if this is worth anything. Not a ton of people playing Hirobi, but if you're playing Hirobi, you might want to play this Hirobi. That is really gorgeous in that Kamigawa frame. Alright, last pack. What do we think? How do we feel? I think we got a chance at anything in here. It's really tough to say, but I would like to think that there is, like, I don't know, 420 out of 500 sort of Once and Future in here, something like that. That'd be nice. I can almost picture it, but is wishing for it enough? Do I have to put it on my vision board? I got an Incubator Phyrexian double-sided token again. Feels like that might be the biggest payoff in some of these packs we've seen so far. Get these commons out of here where they belong. Furnace Reigns and a Kenra Spell Spear for some uncommon action. Gotta love the Spell Spear that flips into Trample, Ward, Prowess. I think the first creature ever printed with multiple instances of Prowess. Could be wrong about that, but it's definitely cool. Got a gorgeous island from Henry Peters once again. Do love that. Nahiri's Warcrafting deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Look at the top X cards of your library where X is the excess damage dealt this way. Exile one of those cards, put the rest in the bottom in a random order. Okay. Not terribly exciting, but it's 3 mana and it deals 5 damage, so it's not the worst card ever. Alright, a Chandra Hope's Beacon. I think this card's not a complete miss. It's a mythic, it's a really good planeswalker, 6 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker that it's up to adds 2 mana back. Oh, and it says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, copy it. So you can cast it at 6, uptick for 2, cast like a Manamorphose. You get a copy. So you upticked, you got 2. You cast Manamorphose, which gives you 2, but you copy it for free. So now you get 4. You draw 2 cards, and you got 4 mana floating, and you just go off. Kind of an insane card. And this gorgeous borderless treatment. Liliana's Talent. Enchant a Planeswalker. Enchanted Planeswalker has -8. Put all creature cards from all graveyards on the battlefield under your control. Whenever a creature deals damage to Enchanted Planeswalker, destroy that creature. Okay, this card is ridiculous, but I think it's the first Planeswalker defense card I've ever seen. This is awesome. I can't really imagine ever playing this card, but I don't know, maybe an Oathbreaker. And they did just sanction Oathbreaker. That's interesting. Okay, we got Yargle and Wrath for some meaningless uncommon legends, and we got 2 cards left. So little chance, but let's see. This top one. Okay, alright. We're going to hold that for a moment. We got a Transcendent Message, 4 blue and X, convoke, draw X cards. Not a good card. But definitely cool art. And it's an interesting card. Brian, if you're watching, you could potentially put this in Elminster, but I wouldn't. And we did, in fact, get the biggest hit in the box, in the very last card in the box, as it should be. This, I just realized this isn't even the new one. It's classic. I might play this card. It is the original Elesh Norn in a beautiful foil borderless black and white treatment. Elesh Norn Grand Cenobite. I mean, I've played this card since it was printed in so many decks I've lost track. I have it in 1 deck currently, and I think the only reason it's not in a second is I didn't own a second copy until now. So, pretty happy with that to wrap up the box, even if it is a little anticlimactic. I was thinking, when I first saw it, I thought we got the new Elesh Norn, which would be one of the biggest hits in the box. In the set. And definitely no such luck. So, as far as financial value, I'm pretty sure this box was as big a bust as they come. There's the Chandra, there's this beautiful Elesh Norn. I really cannot imagine what else in this box is actually worth money. But, you know, that's definitely not why we opened it, because the odds of it paying off were pretty low from the beginning. But this was a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool little bits of history in this set, and a lot of really exciting cards to see opened. Like these battles are just very exciting because there's something new and interesting about this card type. You know, I was very concerned when they said they were going to create a new card type or something that was going to change the game forever, however they teased it, because lately it's kind of like they have not been the most trustworthy with big changes like that. But I think they really came through for us this time and really produced an excellent mechanic that I'll be interested to see if they do anything ruinous with it, but it seems to me like they've done something that can really enhance the game by adding a new type of interaction. So I think the battle card type is excellent. I think that these companions are an interesting place to put this kind of emphasis in the set, to put this beautiful art and this incredible foiling style. So I gotta look up this Umori the Collector and see if that's worth anything, just because it's in that unique style. But you know, the companions were a lot of people's least favorite thing ever in Magic history, or pretty close. So it's kind of ballsy to reprint them like that and, you know, put so much emphasis on them. Pardon me. Let's see what we got. Umori. I'm guessing I have the Halo foil. $4. Hooray. Alright, what about this Yorion? Can't imagine the Yorion's worth anything. No, it's not the extended art. It's Yorion. Maybe it is the Halo foil. Okay, it's $10. I'm not sure this is actually the Halo foil. Yeah, it might be. And then this Gigantha. I don't think there's anything special about. I do know a lot of people that play Giganta, though. Ooh, $11. All right. Oh, looks like it spiked to 24 last week, but down to 11 now. All right, well, that was a fun box to open. Really appreciate everyone who hopped on the stream and joined me for this experience. Probably do another one of these at some point with a different set. Got a couple of things. I was thinking about opening a collector box of Throne of Eldraine sometime in the next month or two. I could use a... No, pardon me. I could use a Great Henge. I think it'd be a good opportunity to crack one. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone who hopped on today, and enjoy your weekend. Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.